On one of my channels, I put up a video, I think it's the only video, on someone calling himself the Serpent King, or the Servant King, I'm sorry. Not Savant either. Someone decided to post, this is a long time after I posted the video. You may not understand what he's saying because you're not able to see what's wrong around you. Yes, this is somebody on the internet claiming that everything you see in the world is not real, and that there's not only something very, very different going on, but it's very exciting, and it goes into a rabbit holing. I just did a video a minute ago where I tried to do what I call, I created a rabbit hole video for 4 minutes and 20 seconds, almost exactly. That was totally an accident. Where I put up the subject matter, but I let my mind wander and bring up examples and go off on a rant that ended up going 5 different ways. That's how human minds work. We do associative programming. No, we do associative memory. We connect things. We connect dots. That's how we survived for millennia. So we're going to keep doing it. But the trouble is someone who knows about that can manipulate you. And Marcus, as he's called, he actually has a real name, and you can find it on the internet, but you have to work pretty hard. The guy who calling himself the Servant King, who does the Unraveling, Enlighten Confusion Programs videos. Calling himself sort of a prophet. Originally started off running a falconing location that was surrounded by walls that made it look like a castle. And then switched over to doing this everything you know is wrong bullshit, where he tries to tell people that all you have to do is a variation of quantum grammar Nazism, and you too can free yourself from a system that's rigged against you. That last part's true. The system is rigged against you, but it has backdoors. You can make legal changes in the United States because 80% of the people in the United States want gun control. They may not know what kind, but they can agree on what it is that they want done and force it down the legal system's throat. So it doesn't matter how much PAC money or bribes are paid to politicians, they can be overruled by the people. And you hearing that will make you angry because that means you have to appeal to the masses. You have to get everybody in your neighborhood to vote. But isn't it kind of intoxicating knowing that you can take liberals and conservatives and make them to where they have no power? You'll have no power here because you can overrule them. Overruling your rulers is the whole point of this law. Every state, virtually every state, has a rule like this that allows you to basically say, yes, you're a representative government, and you take a bunch of bribes, so we can overrule you. Now, I'm not rabbit holing here for the last 3 minutes. I'm explaining to you that you have power over all of this, but people don't want that. They just want to vote a ticket every 4 years or 2 years or 3 years or whatever, and just leave it to the leaders to do the right thing. Now, when I phrase it that way, it sounds really stupid, doesn't it? Do you really believe that's propaganda you're not breathing? So anyway, let's go on with our neo-classic memesters. The person also says, I bet you wore a mask the whole time. Because apparently mask hole, disease denier, flat earthers. And it's not a joke. These people really do. The majority of them, it's only about 60%, but the majority of people who take on any of these conspiracy theory bullshit things take on all of them, even if they contradict each other. Because that way they have this vast universe of shit to occupy their mind with. Rather than the bland reality of, I need a place to live, I need food and water. In order to get those, I usually have to have a job. I need a country that I live in to provide me the ability to get dental work done and medical care so that I don't miss work days, so I don't get fired and lose the house and food, or even the car that I might need to go back and forth. And that there are laws that make it to where if I lose my car, I can lose my job and then my place to live and my food. If I lose my house, living in your car is, of course, somehow against the rules, so you can't even maintain things to get the house back. If you don't maintain this teetering Jenga game of shit, if one piece falls off, the whole thing goes kablooey. But that's totally not a rigged system. So anyway, somebody put up a web page at the time when I did the video originally. 44 pages, 24 videos over a 7-year period of time. I had archived all of their data, including transcripts that the person foolishly put up so that you didn't have to watch the videos and you didn't have to pay them. So I save people, how much was it per the first DVD again? $160. And the second DVD was $260. Or you can just watch them on YouTube. There was 14 videos in the last set and 9 videos in the first set. Although one of them was labeled Introduction, it is, 0 through 8 and 9 of it. But they're labeled overtly 1 through 8, and then there's an intro we'll call 0. But there was essentially 9 videos plus 14 videos. That works out to 23 videos. So it was 23 videos and 23 transcripts, and there was a main page, and there were others added afterwards. And now this person's added the Enlightenment series because they need to pad their bank account. So I created a Google Docs copy of as much of it as I could. Even when they get deleted, if they're archived, they're still visible, and other people who link to them can see them as well. So I abused Google Docs and also archived them. Google hid how users can empty their trash or disable trash visibility to other users. So what I did was I archived it when it was in trash so that it wouldn't be easily flagged, because this person claims copyrights to everything they do, obviously. But what my video did was I archived and displayed on the screen, in one version of it, what they were saying in their videos. So you could sit there and read it, and then read here and then say, hey, that doesn't match with what he said before. Well, now it's a pay only, you have to be a member, sign up, give me money or I won't let you read the truth. But I'm totally freeing you for free because I'm such a good guy. The guy I'm talking about started off running a falconry, shaped like a castle, and then eventually grew fiber for making rope or cloth, hemp. Got arrested for growing pot. This was in Canada. And then got released because it is kind of reasonable to say the guy wasn't just growing it for pot. Besides that, it's Canada, and honestly, you should be arrested for marijuana growth. Also, I should point out that in my existence, I've seen at least 2 or 3 instances where the stuff literally does grow wild. That's why it's called weed. It really is. And yeah, I had a pot leaf on his sign at one time, and it was really obvious it was him. Anyway, he goes under the name Marcus to hide that past because it's not associated with what he does now, because now he's running a full-on scam. But I make it to where you don't have to pay him anything. Marcus, and we'll call him Mr. Fred Mount, French-Canadian Ontario YouTuber, started speaking slowly, reading in a monotone from a PowerPoint script, then flashes up slide after slide after slide, hours on end, conspiracy wisdom, instruction, brainwashing away any dissenting opinions or unbelievers' attention, and dissenting opinions will be erased. He said he was disbarred. He used to be a lawyer. And when he was disbarred, he died. Became the Servant King after that happened in 2007, but 2013. That's when the site was made. Archives below. About a week or 2 later, he started doing the Confusion Programs. 9 videos. Claiming all sorts of crazy stuff. Then the Unraveling Programs series. That was in 2013. And a new series of 13 videos or so. He took all but the first video in each series off the web, saying they won't be released into the public domain in 2015. And then he talked about your investment should be something you decide on how should I present the Unraveled programs, and before I do, I need to know the interest out there in these programs trying to make money. But it had already been archived. Oddly enough, I think he did it because he thought the page might come down. 2015, he re-uploaded all of the videos in the series to YouTube. Nothing numbs the mind more than hours and hours of text and drone. The Confusion Programs had transcripts overtly listed. So did the Unraveling Programs. There was a cross-reference list to all of them. So instead of spending $160, $260, $300, $420, no, that can't be right. $420. And he used to run a hemp farm. Anyway, he's got a third series up, but he's not taking any chances. He's not going to even let you see it. You have to pay up. Presentation transcript list at archive below with PH rather than FO. 8GVRG and GXQOW. Excellent. And you can look up archives of Servant King Info and www.servantkinginfo. He also had a previous website that contained even more data. Just saying. And it was listed as a marijuana grow-op and then finally a hemp farm. You can also look up Marcus Produce, which is, I mean, the sign up there was a marijuana plant. But it was totally hemp. Anyway. Now, this was based on someone making an assertion to me about the Servant King and getting mad at me, so I did the video. So this is the update on the Servant King. But I may not understand what he's saying because I'm not able to see what is wrong around you. What I see is somebody trying to make money. He originally open sourced it. Then he figured out that he could make it a scarcity thing. Then he got mad at people. Well, what happened is people pointed out below the videos time and date stamps or timestamps where he said something that simply wasn't true, and he got mad at people and he erased everything but the first two videos, the only two videos he left on his channel, and set them to no comments. I don't know what his comment status is on his YouTube channel or even if it's there anymore. What did he say? It doesn't fucking matter. He made a bunch of claims that don't make any sense. He's trying to make money, and you don't have to care what I have to say about what he says. In the links below, Confusion Program transcripts so you can save or don't have to spend $160, $260, or a total of $420. Who knows what it is now? Maybe he's got discounts to make it always $420. You can read the transcripts for video 0 through 13 or 0 through 8 or all 9 or all 14 videos. And you can go read what he has to say. It isn't going to cost you any money. You don't have to give him any money. You can decide after reading this that he has definitely saved you a lot of time and energy.